Hi, welcome to video 2 of your setup training. This training is going to go over two forms that we need. Purpose of these two forms to allow us to talk to the tax agencies that are related to your payroll taxes on your behalf. If we don't have these forms, then the IRS or your state tax agencies will not communicate with us, will not answer any questions concerning your taxes. And that's generally something you would like us to take care of and not something that you want to worry about. And so we need these forms. As always, for your convenience, the fields that are necessary are highlighted in blue. They can be filled out online. They also can be signed digitally, which I will go over in just a second. But there are a lot of fields in here that you'll see are not highlighted in blue, and you don't need to worry about those fields. We don't need them. The IRS for this particular form, it's a generic form, and it's a limited power of attorney declaration for a lot of different tax-related issues, and so we're only worried about a very specific type. So let me go through this real quick. This part 1 of this 2848, again, this is a form that will actually be sent to the IRS, and the purpose of it again is to allow us to talk on your behalf to the IRS for your payroll tax related issues. We will need you to fill out part 1, your name and address, your phone number, and your EIN number. The rest of this information you don't need to worry about. Down below, this is our dedicated CPA, Clinton Allred, with his CAF number. The CAF number is just a number that associates him to the IRS as somebody who is a certified public accountant and somebody who does have authority to talk on behalf of other clients. You see there's nothing here to fill out, but that's what that information is. Down below in section 3, you can see here that this is what you're actually allowing Clint or his associates to talk on the talk to the IRS on your behalf, which tax forms you're authorizing. And you're authorizing the 940, 941, or any 1099 related forms, and it's the first through the fourth quarters, and this particular timing is 2009 through 2012. And so what will happen is if there's a question or you get some sort of notice with the IRS, we will call and try to resolve that issue, but as soon as we call the IRS, they're going to look and make sure that this form has been submitted and make sure that there's an authority for the form and the period at which the question is being asked. Down below, if there are any specific additions or deletions that are outside of that authority, include them here. Very rarely do we get additional power of attorney authority, so I put not applicable here, but I did leave it open, or we did leave it open in case you need to put something else in there. You can see a lot of this other information we don't need. Again, you can just skip over it. If it doesn't have a little form fill, you can just skip over it. We simply don't need it. Now down below, we'll need it signed. So these are the things that we need in order to endorse it: a signature, date, your title, your printed name, and then your printed name of the taxpayer if it's other than the individual. So in other words, you may want to put the owner's name in here if you're not the owner. Now the signature is a digital signature, and let me show you how that works in case you've never used Adobe's digital signature feature. It's pretty simple to use. When you click on that, if you've never had a digital signature in Adobe, this is the screen that's going to pop up. I want to sign this document using a file. If you've already done it before, simply browse to your file. Most likely you haven't, and so you'll want to create a new digital ID, and it's very, very simple to do. So click on a new digital ID, press next. You can leave that default, the new PKCS number 12 digital ID file. It's the most common digital ID file that's used in the market today, so just leave it there. Go ahead and press next, and you just fill out some of your information. So let's just go ahead and fill out some of this information. Put your email address in here. And you can leave the rest of this the way that it is. You don't need to enable Unicode support. You can leave everything just like it is. And you can fill in both of these as well. The same organizational unit and organizational name. Go ahead and press next. It's going to ask you where you want to save that. You can leave that to the default location, or you can change that and then put in a password. You'll need to put in this password when you actually sign it to confirm that it's you, and then you finish. So it's pretty simple to do. Once I've saved it, now I can come in here and this is what it'll pull up. So this is the digital signature. It's giving me a digital stamp. I'm going to put in my password and sign it. And so it's pretty simple to do once you've done that. And I'm not going to actually save that. It'll ask you to save it after you sign it. But once you've actually created the signature, it'll be saved and you can use it over and over. And so go ahead and sign that. And then down below, there's another tax reporting authorization agreement, and this is generally the authorization agreement that we need to send to the state. The state that you live in or work in will not accept that 2848, and so they generally need a different document. And so this is something that that lawyers have written up that works with most states. If it doesn't work for your particular state, we'll give you a different one, but most likely it will. This one's very simple, just one page. Again, we'll need your company name, your EIN number, your authorized representative, so whoever is an authorized representative there at your company. Put in the beginning tax reporting date. So this is really the date most likely that we'll start processing payroll for you. Put in that date here. And then read through this, put in the date, put in your company name. You can read through this, make sure you're comfortable with everything, and then down below we'll need you to sign that. We'll also sign that. Our authorized CPA will also sign this, and you'll get a copy of this. So put in your name, title, signature. Again, that's a digital signature, and then put in the date. And so that's what this training is reviewing, are the tax authorization or tax reporting authorization agreements that we'll need. Again, there really are two here that we've combined in one. The 2848 is the one that goes to the IRS, and then the second one, which is the last page, is tax reporting authorization agreement or limited power of attorney, will actually go to the state that you're working in. If you have any questions, please call your setup implementation specialist, but hopefully this has been a good review and you can get these signed and turned back into us so we can get you set up.